Well. Look what game I decided to play again. Mystera Legacy. Starting from scratch once again, and this time we actually have a goal. I asked ChatGPT to give me a challenge, and it told me to become a master craftsman. So here's how the challenge will work. The goal is to level up 3 crafting skills to the max. While that does sound easy, ChatGPT also added that I need to craft a diverse range of items within each skill and sell them. So, let's begin. It's a good idea to start getting a bunch of stone and wood and upgrading pack rat a few times. I'm gonna need as much carry weight as I can get, and I'm gonna need a lot of wood for building a house. Even a small house takes so much mist and wood, it's insane. Newbie Cave is a good place for some mist building, some wolves, snakes, basically a bunch of different low-level enemies, lots of fun. There's also a black rock down there, which has a chance, a small chance, but still a chance, of giving us some gold. While I'm just over here farming stuff, I'm going to tell you about Dubby. What is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that helps you focus without the crash or the feeling of being on death's door that other energy drinks give you. Dubby has vitamins, amino acids, and only 150 milligrams of caffeine. And to keep the good vibes rolling, Dubby has no sugar, no artificial colors or dyes, no secret formula, no hidden ingredients, and is gluten-free. Each drink you make is roughly $1 or less depending on how much you use, much cheaper than other places. All the flavors are unique and custom made by Dubby themselves. Interested? Use code RAPTOR10 at checkout to get 10% off your order. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the video. I got the wood and the mist that I'm going to need to build a house, hopefully. Now it's just time to look for a place to build, wherever that may be. This seems like as good a spot as any, so let's get crafting the floors that we're gonna need and get to building the wall. So I built a bit bigger than I thought I was going to be, and I didn't get enough wood. So I'm gonna have to go get more pretty soon, and yeah, I'll be back as soon as I get what I need. Here we go, house done, and now to tell you guys which 3 skills I'm gonna use. Crafting, knitting, and smelting. Crafting is just, well, you know, crafting items. Each item has a different amount of XP that it gives you for crafting it, so there are probably some that are better for grinding, some that are easier or harder. I'll find out pretty soon. Knitting is using yarn and knitting needles to make light armor and bandages. It's possible to fail knitting at lower levels and the progress for it to restart at 0, but thankfully I won't lose any resources if that happens. Each knitting attempt will grant me 15 XP, and noblemen's jackets are often made tons of for grinding it out. Smelting is, well, you know, smelting ores into minerals that we can, or metals, not minerals, I'm stupid, that you can use for, tools and whatnot, and probably armor. And its XP is given not based on what kind of ore you smelt or whatnot, it's based on how many, it's just attempts. So, if I smelt 1,000 ore at the same time, in one attempt, it's only going to give me XP for one attempt and not 1,000 attempts. So, the best way to grind is do one at a time in a bunch of different campfires. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. In between the last episode and now, I explored around Wellington to get some resources, start smelting and knitting with, because why not? It mostly consisted of, killing sheep for their wool, since that's what gives you yarn with the knitting tools, and mining some rocks to get ores, hopefully some gold. I didn't get any though, so I created a few fires so that I can make my own fire pit. I'm gonna need it so I don't have to go and get tinder and waste so many resources than need be. Although, I'm gonna have to make more than one at some point. More smelting at the same time means more XP quicker. Make sure to go check out w.gg. 0 sugar, 150 milligrams caffeine, cheap drink that is healthy for you, no hidden ingredients, no secret formula, no artificial colors or dyes. Use code RAPTOR10 to get 10% off any purchase you make. I did eventually decide to go down into the deep, dark underworld. Well, deep, but not so dark. It's very dangerous down here, and if you're not careful, you most likely will die. I went down to get some more ores, and at one point, I found a chest. I got some eggs from it, which was weird, but I guess they're probably used for cooking. I also had found a dark chest. At the time of recording, I didn't know what it was. I thought it might just be a chest with special loot, but no, it spawns a piece of gold, a watcher, a skeleton lord, and a chaos if there's not already full of them in the server. If not, if there is, a reaper will spawn instead. As you can see, that is what happened. And, like I said, you gotta be careful in the underworld. Because if you don't pay attention for just, maybe 5 seconds, you will die. And pretty quickly, too. Because these things, they're not to be messed with. They hit hard. Pretty hard. So remember, be careful in the underworld. Otherwise, you will die. Truth be told, there's not a lot here. As you can see, there's some crabs. It's a little beach. Yeah, not very exciting, I know. Well, there's this giant crab here, king crab, that I can fight. But he hits strong. He took half my health in one hit. So, I'm not gonna mess with him right now. So I quickly ran away and decided to go up north and discover the Dusty Trail. But there's not a lot here either. It looks very pretty, and there's some deer and some squirrels, which are pretty nice. But I'm guessing that this area is still in development. There is a sign that said volcanic activity ahead. So I'm guessing that it's going to be a later expansion of the map or something. And maybe we'll get to go there eventually. It would be cool to have a dungeon, volcano dungeon. Yeah, that sounds fun. Sounds really fun. And now going all the way east brings us to the arena ruins. Dead trees, skeletons everywhere. And there's this gate. It wouldn't open for me, but I'm guessing it goes to some kind of PvE or PvP areas because it has a champion's like leaderboard signs next to it. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not high enough level or something. But yeah. Oh well. Penguins and polar bears. Welcome to the Snowtop Peaks. It's a nice little snow area. I love the snow very much. Have you heard of Dubby.gg? What's Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that gives you focus with no crash. No fillers, no artificial dyes, zero sugar, no secret formula, no hidden ingredients, and it's gluten-free. All their flavors are unique and custom made by them. You'll never taste their taste anywhere. Drinks are dirt cheap, much cheaper than you can get anywhere else. You can use code RAPTOR10 to get 10% off your order when you make a purchase. It really surprised me that the polar bears didn't attack when I got close. I thought for sure they'd be hostile, but no, apparently not. There are a few holes to the underworld, underworld, and I had eventually decided to go down one, because why not go on a mining trip? Lots of fun, you know? There wasn't really anything exciting happening in the underworld, other than finding a chest with a bronze spear in it. And I managed to make it out alive, and yeah, that's all there was. After getting home, I decided to put down a sign. And what did I write on that sign? Raptor's Tavern. And after all that excitement, I decided to cook some metal, gain some XP in smelting, and make some more fires to get charcoal to make another fire pit eventually. Pretty soon I plan on farming mist and getting a bunch of wood to make a bigger house. Well, to make the current house a bit bigger. Not sure how big yet, but I'll definitely let you guys know in the next episode once I decide. I took another journey into the underworld, and I actually lived to tell the tale this time. Did some mining, killed some creatures, and went deeper than I did last time. I did find another chest, a good chest. It's not one of those evil dark chests. I got a +1 mace from it, which does require me to be level 38 to use, so I'm just gonna put that on the side for now. With a little bit more exploring, I found a statue that took me home, and I took my loot home and tried to do some knitting. But I couldn't figure it out. It's not like the wiki said, unless I'm just stupid and read it wrong. Since I couldn't figure out knitting, I decided to do just a little bit of smelting before going out and doing some exploration. My first stop was to the desert, and, well, yeah, it's a desert. There's cacti, rocks, sand, pretty much it. Well, there are these tall, big flame giants who hit really hard. Don't want to mess with them yet. Then there's also these little tornado boys. They slow you. They're annoying, and I hate them. But they also do a lot of damage, but not as much as the flame giants. Can't deal with them yet, though, so I left the desert. Cause that's the only gold rocks I've been able to find. Not anymore in the rest of the desert, so might as well go. Can't really do anything. Galebrook is the next place on our adventuring list. Galebrook is the player home area where you can build, but it is not safe. If you don't have traps or towers or anything, it is likely that your place will get broken into and probably stolen from. So while I'm exploring, I'm going to tell you about our partner, Dubby. What is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink made to give you focus with no crash. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, and only 150 milligrams of caffeine. There is no sugar, no artificial colors or dyes, no secret formula, no hidden ingredients, and it's gluten-free. All the flavors are unique and custom made by them. You'll never taste their taste anywhere else. The drinks come about to $1 or less depending on how much you use, much cheaper than other places. And you can use code Raptor10 to get 10% off your order when you make a purchase. Now, back to the Mystera. East of Galebrook, I found a place I didn't recognize at all, the Sunken Marsh. I couldn't get very far into it. There's these puffs of clouds and these giant frogs all around, and damn do they hit hard. These giant frogs basically block every entrance, and stepping onto the gas was not a good idea. Welcome to the murky descent. I was attacked by what you see following me, vicious mold. That's right, you heard me, vicious mold. I ran and ran for my life, but eventually they were able to corner me, and well, they killed me. They hit really hard. I didn't think mold could even hit that hard. In the end, I just went home, cooked the meat I'd gotten from a few animals that I killed on the way. The adventure starts with expanding the house. I decided to expand it in 2 directions. It's a decent amount of space. Well, for now at least. I have enough space to actually sort my stuff now, which helps a lot. Second thing in today's adventure, I went down into the underworld for about an hour or so and nearly died multiple times. Skeletons, they hit hard still. I should really increase my health. But I went down to do some mining, which I did on my way down to 9th floor. Lots of rocks down there. I got a bunch of ores, which is exactly what I needed. Hey, you should check out Dubby. What is Dubby, you ask? Dubby is a clean energy drink made to give you focus with no crash. Dubby uses no fillers, no artificial dyes, 0 sugar, and no secret formula or hidden ingredients, and it's gluten-free. All their flavors are unique and custom made by them. You'll never taste their taste anywhere else. The drinks are dirt cheap, much cheaper than anywhere else, and you can use code Raptor10 to get 10% off your order when you make a purchase. Now, back to the Mystera. After barely making it out of the underworld alive, I smelted down all the ore into copper and tin, which put me to smelting level 10, and to character level 19. I am now a novice smelter. Well, I consider myself one. Probably doesn't mean anything, but that's how I like to think of it, you know? I decided to go and explore the world a bit, mainly Galebrook, and I found an orc warrior just hammering away at someone's base. Big L for them. I also went back to the Sunken Marsh to see if I could get anywhere in terms of exploring. And, well, as you'll see, it didn't exactly go as planned. I got killed. Easily. I got trapped, and they were like, nah bro, you're dead now. After that death, I decided to go down into the snake tunnels and just farm some mist for a while, because why not, you know? I need to upgrade my character, get stronger, more health, more defense, etc. So, that's what I'm gonna do. may be a bit confused why I'm back in Newbie Village. That's because I was invited to a tribe on a different server. So, I have moved from US East 1 server to Southeast Asia 2 server. Does mean that I'm gonna lag a bit more, but that's fine. It does mean a reset of my stats though, as characters are per server, but I don't mind. It's worth it to get some help and have some friends in an otherwise very grindy game where you just do the same thing over and over and over. Bit annoying. The goal for the series remains the same, however. Become a master of crafting, smelting, and knitting. While waiting to be brought to the tribe's base, I was exploring Wellington for a little bit, as I always do, and getting lost on the way. Thank you Don't Daniel for the invite to Las Pepe. He gave me a tour around the base and helped me get a boost in smelting, getting the materials I needed for me and showing me where the smelting area is. I'll have my own room at some point, so that's pretty cool. I got my smelting up a few levels, I think it was like level 9 or 10. Met a few members of the tribe, met Wolfang and Dark Rider. I watched Daniel and Dark do some 1v1s, and, well, Dark was victorious due to having used poisons and Daniel not having any potions. Danielle also showed me where I can train my dagger and sword skills on some dummies, and I boosted those levels up quite a bit. I think like close to level 10. You should check out Dubby. What is Dubby, you ask? Dubby is a clean energy drink made to give you focus with no crash. Dubby uses no fillers, no artificial dye, zero sugar, no secret formula, no hidden ingredients, and is gluten-free. Dubby does contain vitamins, amino acids, and only 150 milligrams of caffeine. All their flavors are unique and custom made by Dubby themselves. You'll never taste their taste anywhere else. Drinks come only about $1 or less, much cheaper than anywhere else. You can use code Raptor10 to get 10% off your order when you make a purchase. Thank you, now back to the Mystera. I went down to the underworld for a while to see how low I can go, but decided to leave early and go back to the tribe's base. And that is when I found out some bad news. Seems like in my 2 days of not playing the game, I got kicked from the tribe at some point. I have no idea why. My only guess was, not being online at all. Back in the US East server, I went out and chopped a bunch of trees to expand my house and farmed a bit of mist. During that, I had explored basically the wilderness of Wellington to find creatures to kill for the mist and to find dye bushes to get the flour that I need to make red dye so that I can make some trading dummies. I also had decided that I'm going to start my own tribe. So, if you want to join, drop your in-game name down in the comments and I'll send you an invite when/if I see you online. Also, give me suggestions on what the tribe should be called. I have a few ideas, but I'm not quite sure, and I'm open to suggestions. You should check out Dubby. Dubby is a clean energy drink to give you focus with no crash. No fillers, no dyes, plenty of vitamins and amino acids, and only 150 milligrams of sugar, and it's gluten-free. All their flavors are unique and made by them. Drinks are about $1 depending on how much you use, and you can use code RAPTOR10 to get 10% off your order when you make it. I finally made the name for the tribe after thinking about it. The Adventurers. Most of the time spent today was down in the underworld in an hour or 2 long mining session. Not getting a lot, but it was something. I plan to just keep going in the underworld at some point, mining for hours and hours to get a bunch of ores, to do a bunch of smelting and crafting all at the same time. I know I haven't done very much knitting yet, so pretty soon I'm gonna go get a bunch of wool from sheep and do some knitting once I have like 100 or so wool to turn into yarn. My new friend Mordekin gave me some shears I can use, which I assume gives me more wool than just killing the sheep. He also gave me some armor, a shield, and steel daggers, but I'm not quite high enough level to use them yet. I also have finally been able to make a bed and a training counter. Sold the spear I found a few episodes ago for 5 gold, and now I've got 10 gold. You should check out W. What is WS? W is a clean energy drink made to give you focus with no crash. W uses no fillers or artificial dyes, 0 sugar, no secret formula, and no hidden ingredients, and it's gluten-free. W contains vitamins, amino acids, and only 150 milligrams of caffeine. But if you don't want any caffeine, you're in luck because there's also caffeine-free flavors. All their flavors are unique and custom made by them. You'll never taste their taste anywhere else. Drinks come out at about $1 or less per drink, much cheaper than anywhere else, and you can use code RAPTOR10 to get 10% off your order when you make a purchase. If you want to join the tribe, drop your in-game name down in the comments, and when I see you online, I'll add you. Pretty soon, we can build a room for the tribe and expand it to have more rooms for anyone that join. I only have a small place where my house is in Wellington, so maybe we can build somewhere in Galebrook. It would be my first time doing that, but it might be fun. I took a walk around the world and found out that the snow area is much bigger than I thought it was when I first explored it, like, episode 2 or 3 or something like that. So I explored it for a bit, and as you can see, I almost died. Yeah, I thought I was gonna die, but thank God I didn't. Those ice things, no, not. On my way home, I went through Gilbrook and ran into Mordekin in the crossroads. While him and I talk, I'm going to tell you about Dubby, a clean energy drink made to give you no crash, with no fillers or artificial dyes, only 150 milligrams of caffeine, or you can get the caffeine free, and it's gluten free with unique flavors. You can use code RAPTOR10 at checkout for 10% off. After our chat, I went back to my house and started to do some knitting. I looked through all the things that I could make and decided to go with the Sage's robe. It took quite a while to make it. When you have a low knitting level, you make mistakes a lot, which causes you to restart in the making process. It's not like instantly crafting with other things. Knitting is different. You go up so much %, and if you make a mistake, you start back at 0. While down in the underworld, I found my first gold rock that I can mine without dying right away. And as I was trying to find a way to get out and get a bunch of ores, I found the next layer of the underworld. I was actually scared to be down this deep, but I survived. I quickly found my way out of the underworld and back to my house and started to get smelting, since I had gotten about 20 ores in total that I could smelt, now not counting the ones I think it's for like steel or something, and got my smithing level up to level 15. After doing the smelting work, I walked around Galebrook for a while to see what I could find. Mostly shops and just wilderness. I didn't find anything that I could buy, not like I was looking to buy anyway, just more to see what there is and explore. Today's adventure includes gathering ores, expanding the house, and going deeper in the underworld than I ever had before in this series. Off-screen, I got a bunch of wood and a bunch of mist to be able to expand the house. And I had gotten just enough wood to where I believe I finished with like 6 left. So I had to get some more, and I found a huge farm of trees that someone else had planted at some point, and they haven't been taking care of their house, so it was just out in the open. And I chopped some down, but not all of them, because it would have taken me like an hour to do that. I also made some red dye. So that I can make training dummies soon, because I need to be able to train, you know, my dagger and sword skills at some point, without just going out and fighting monsters. While that is beneficial at the same time, it also isn't, because mist and, yeah. Down in the underworld, I did a lot of hunting, and I found a couple of chests. Can you guess what was in the chest? You've got a second before I open it to put your guesses down in the comments. 3, 2, 1. If you guessed the tribe relic, you would be correct. And a tribe relic is used for founding a tribe. I already had one, but it's nice to have another. I can probably sell it at some point. The second chest I found was a dark chest. And you can easily guess what I found in there because they only drop one thing technically. Chaos and gold. Thinking I'm not strong enough to fight these guys, I grabbed the gold and quickly ran away. The Reaper decided to follow me and I had to fight for my life with it. And while running from it, I found my first crystal rock. They give you gems and a higher chance for ores and gold. Hey, speaking of that, you should check out W. What is W, you ask? W is a clean energy drink made to give you focus with no crash. W uses no fillers, no artificial dyes, 0 sugars, no secret formula, no hidden ingredients, and it's gluten-free. W contains vitamins, amino acids, and only 150 milligrams of caffeine. All their flavors are unique and custom made by them. You'll never taste their taste anywhere else. Drinks come out at about $1 per drink or less, much cheaper than anywhere else, and you can use code RAPTOR10 to get 10% off your order when you make any purchase. Now, back to the Mystera. Do you think you can guess what I found in the third chest? I'll give you a second to drop it in the comments. If you guessed a Ferrari robe, you would be correct. At some point, I fell in a hole and dropped into Underworld level 10. Very different from what the other ones look like, and it's more dangerous as well. I did not stay for very long. I just ran until I found a way home. Once I got home, I took my ores and did some smelting. Smelted them down to tin and copper, and getting my smelting level to level 13. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to subscribe. Thanks you for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.